There was a talk
Okay.
on union types.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Union types or sum types, basically the powerful like that's data classes, right?
No, it's more like
Well,
C
no,
classes,
union
but
types is
anonymous.
different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like union as in the C meaning of union, where it can be one or other types.
I mean, yes, but without UB.
Yeah, I mean,
Undefined behavior.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, so
Can we show an example of this? Is this something you can write code in, or we don't have code for
Of
this?
undefined behavior. So tune in for the next episode of the podcast.
Undefined behavior.
okay.
Maybe a little bit harder. I meant do they show?
try
Yeah, is there stuff
Kotlin
for
union
classes?
types?
Well, sometimes
Union
it's just sometimes you just wanna. I think some people, I don't know what was said at Kotlin Conf about it, but when I was writing Kotlin, some people I talked to about this said, yes, sometimes you want to write a collection that accepts like either this or that. Not either as in the usual sense of either and like this type or this type.
Right.
But often it's an empty pattern. Often it's because you haven't thought out what you really want to do.
I see.
Oftentimes there are ways to do this better. I don't know what was said about it, because as I remember when on all the C code I wrote, I don't remember using unions very much either. So I think some people are of the opinion that just unions can be avoided. So what was said about it?
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is an issue that has been created a long time ago. And at Kotlin Conf, they were officially talking about it, which before that it was just an issue. The first comment on there is from me. That's not normal. 3 years ago. That's not normal. Talking with Roman Elizarov about stuff. Okay, that's not... Okay, well,
I mean, maybe we're going to find over and over, then you're just going to keep saying that's not normal, and you don't realize how much you're doing in this community. You don't realize you're...
The problem is I think I realize it, and that's what's scaring me.
Yeah, he's scared now.
No, I can't find right here a recent example.
An example of it.
It's not really about the syntax, it's about the concept. It's not going to be generalized union types like you have in JS or languages like that, because generalized union types...
You mean TypeScript, right?
Yes.
Yes, because like
yes.
Because I was thinking for a minute. Wait, but because JS types. Sorry.
Yeah.
Generalized union types have a really big issue, which is that type inference, or compiling code, is n squared, and you don't want that. You don't want your compiler to be n squared. So they're thinking about ways to have union types that don't have this problem and that are restricted to something else. And right now, they are interested in doing that for specifically error values. And so the idea is you'll have two big worlds of classes. Like, for example, suspend functions are code coloring for functions. Like, there are normal functions, there are suspend functions, there are different things. There are also composable functions, which are yet another color. And the idea would be the same for types. So there would be normal types and error types. Right. And so you'd have error class, error interface, error abstract class, error data class, error object, etc.
Right.
And you could have an a union specifically of a normal type and an error type.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to have a union of two normal types. It's
sure. It's similar to like. No, I'm just say like it reminds me of. Is it like in error handling in Rust, where you basically have your normal path and your error path, or like there's like a handful of cases where they found it's really useful. Like, is this related to the result class?
Yes, but
is that different?
That in Rust, it is either one or the other values, but both of these values are normal values. Like, you could put anything in there. If you wanted your error type to be an int, you could.
I see.
With what they're describing, you wouldn't be able to, because int is a normal class, and so it can't be an error.
Right.
So you would have to create your own, which probably would be an error value class that just wraps an int with JVM inline
Right.
and stuff like that. And that would be able to be an error value.
Yeah.
If you want to do what Rust does, we have that in Kotlin, and it's brought by arrow. So we have the either type, and we have a lot of DSLs around the either type.
Arrow is another topic we can spend. We
Yes.
can spend an hour on. Well, I guess what I'm thinking here, and we should probably pivot a bit to DroidCon, but like I'd like to, I'd like to see more code on this. I should sort of dig into.
Yeah, the talk is interesting. However, just so you know, this is really early stuff, really early prototype. There's a lot of stuff I don't like in the prototype. So I'll probably be part of the discussion at some point, because right now I have too many stuff to do. But I'll be on the issue talking about stuff, because
you've already been part of a discussion.
Yeah, but the thing is, during this talk, obviously, they mentioned union types for error handling. So guess who was watching this conf?
Yeah.
Well, in the public, there was just a line of everyone who works on Arrow. That includes me. There was just our line in the room. And of course, like Simon asked a question about, I don't remember exactly what, and then someone else asked a question about, how does this relate to Arrow? And then I saw everyone in the line on my right going like, ah.
And then he hijacked the talk.
Well, it sounds like, talking about networking, apparently if you want to be an important part of the Kotlin community, just start providing code for the Arrow code base. Just start joining that project. It seems like you're going to meet this pillar.
I mean, I wouldn't say important, but yeah, there are many really interesting people that are really good in another language really, really well in the Arrow team.
Yeah.
And the Arrow team is actually the origin for context receivers as well.
Yes. Yeah, I know
in a very, very roundabout way.